Just get good. Easy modes for wimps. You need to learn how to play. Have you heard of these comments before? Is there any shame in playing games on easy mode? Welcome back, Commander. I've been seeing a few comments just lately about how Mass Effect should only be played on insanity mode. So let's just get this straight. Easy mode isn't for wimps. You don't need to get good or die trying, and we as gamers need to move away from this band of elitism. Games are there for your enjoyment. Some people derive their enjoyment from speedrunning, others from platinum trophies. Some, like me, play games to be immersed in the story. And yes, there are some people that do enjoy beating games on the hardest difficulty. Tell me in the comments which one of these do you fall under, or is there another reason you play games? I watch a few games reviews on YouTube, and one thing that really does annoy me is when they tell you playing on the hardest difficulty is a walk in the park, or you to get the most out of a game should only play on insanity. Where this might be true for some players like myself, it does make me wonder, am I actually missing out on the full experience of a game? For example, Fallout 4 has a survival mode where you need to eat, sleep and keep hydrated, adding in the extra layer of immersion to the game world. These are still possible in normal game, but you won't have any negative effects if you decide not to feed yourself for a month. However, in survival mode, you can't just deal out as much damage, and enemies can absolutely pummel you. There's no way to change this. I like to carry around a small arsenal just in case I bump into a top fight, so the thought of taking on enemies when the odds are already stacked against me really doesn't appeal, but more on this in just a moment. Yet wandering around the wasteland, looking for food, water, managing the amount of ammo you're carrying, or the chance of your companion being killed permanently is something that would be great to the experience. Thankfully, this is possible in New Vegas, but it's a shame that easy or normal difficult players don't get to experience it. But it doesn't just stop there. Games can actually try to mock players who like to play on the lower difficulty. Metal Gear Solid 5, for instance, has you wearing a chicken hat. X-Men would stop halfway through the game, telling the players that amateurs can't continue, and even Castle of Illusion, a game aimed at kids, wouldn't let kids play on easy. What kind of backward logic is that? The game just gives up after a few levels and lets you have Minnie Mouse back. Games have started introducing story mode for players that don't like combat situations, and that's wonderful. Mass Effect has this mode, and it means you can fully enjoy the story and the romances without getting your ass handed to you. For me, story mode is a little bit too easy, and I like to have a bit more of a fight, but I know that I'll have the upper hand, and will always stuff in my bottomless pockets with machine guns and grenade launchers. If I play Resident Evil, I always make sure I carry a pistol and a big gun, just in case, and it's only when I mess up that I'm going back to that save point. I suppose these days it's not as bad as when I was growing up in the 90s. Back then, if you got yourself killed, you could lose hours of gameplay. It's probably the reason why I have no intention of playing Elden Ring or Dark Souls. I'm quite a placid gamer, and the thought of breaking my control pad over a tough boss fight isn't something I want to repeat. For Mass Effect, it's a story-driven game that does have some fun combat sequences, so if you like a challenge, it probably isn't the hardest game to test you. But if you enjoy a good story, and you're not too fussed about the combat, then don't feel any shame playing on whatever difficulty you like. For all you new players, I have a spoiler-free beginner's guide to playing Mass Effect, so you'll need to check that out. Big thank you to Nerdy Dude, the supporters, and you for watching. And I'll see you next time. Commander.